Hi everybody, my name is Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Instead of showing you the scrapbook subscription box for this month, I'm going to show you 2 art products so you can paint. I love to paint. I love watercolors. I'm not really that good, but I do it anyway with the hopes that I get better. So Grabie sent me 2 products. They sent me this 100-piece watercolor set, and it is magnificent, I have to tell you. I'm going to show you it in a second, but let me just show you what you're going to get in this set. You're going to get 100 watercolors. You're going to get 3 water brush pens with different types of nibs. You're going to get a swatch watercolor pad, which has a swatch sheet in it, 2 sheets, so you can swatch your colors, and then blank pages. And you're also going to get a waterproof fine liner pen. The watercolors are really great because you're going to get 50 essential colors. You're going to get 35 metallic colors, which are my favorite, 10 pastel colors, and 5 fluorescent. Now, I've been using this kit for days. Normally, I just show you a kit and it's unused, but I've been testing this out. So I feel like I can talk about everything much better. You're going to get this pad, and I've already done the swatch sheet right here. So I'm not going to bore you with swatching 100 different colors, but this is just an indication of what the colors look like in the set. And truthfully, it was fun. It was fun to swatch and see which ones I'm in the metallic ones, which ones are just plain colors without any, sheen or shine to it, and which ones were the fluorescent ones, which I have a little hard time figuring out which ones those are, but it's probably like the fuchsia and stuff like that. Look at this color, Barbie. That's a metallic because it is sparkly. And then in this set here, you're going to get 8 other sheets to work on. Now, I've already did this the other day using the watercolors and the fine liner pen. And this is just a bunch of doodles on top of watercolor swatches. So I might keep this, I might cut it up into little journal cards. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Then you're going to get the set just like this. Now, I added my own stickers because look at this box. It's just perfect to add your own stickers on them. This was from a roll of washi tape that I have, one of my favorite rolls. And then the set looks like this. Very, very nice. So here are the colors corresponding to that. And here's the other sheet of colors. And you get 100 little pans just like that. And I've been playing with it, and it's been a joy. It really has been. And then this is where you're going to get, they call it the watercolor toolkit, where you're going to get your brush pens and the waterproof fine liner. It's a size 03 pen, and it worked really nice. I'll show you what I used it on. And these are your watercolor brush pens with different nibs on them, which I really appreciate them giving us. Let me just show you one thing about watercolor brushes. When you want to use them, you would think, oh, I got to like lefty-loosey. Yeah, lefty-loosey to take it off like that, and righty-tighty to put it on. Sometimes people turn this bottom part to the left. It's not going to work. You have to turn the top. Just a little hint, which I figured out a long time ago. Like, why isn't this pen working? And here are the beautiful colors. What I love about this set is just this little box too. You can take this anywhere. Isn't that cool? So that's that, and you can decorate it yourself. And this is time in the video I'm going to tell you, if you like what I've shown you so far, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like my content, give me a thumbs down. I'm okay with thumbs down. And by the way, here's some instructions for the water brush pen. I should have showed you that before. Okay, now we have this watercoloring bookmark set. I received the watercolor bookmark set when I opened their advent calendar, and that one, which is still for sale on their website, was a buildings and stuff like that, townhomes and stuff like that. And here's like, I did one of them recently for the month of June. But this one is the floral set. And it's also a reading tracker. So you just go like this, and you can put it over a page in your book or whatever you're reading. Let me show you what everything looks like. So here's, those looks like carnations. They do have the name of the flowers below. This is a primrose, daffodils, daisies, lily of the valley, rose, larkspur. Now I did this one yesterday actually, and I used the watercolors, and I also used, like, for the little small little bits, I just used some gel pen. That's it. I know I used this color and one other color. So I used gel pen on that for July. Here's August. Those are poppies. Morning glories for September. Marigolds, October. Chrysanthemums for November. And hollies for December. So this is like really good practice with the watercolor sets, though you have to take your time with it because the images are small, and you can do a basic wash of watercolor and then go over the top with gel pens or colored pencils, especially the little small areas. So I love this set right here. And I am reading a really good book right now. But it's June, so I got to do June's. But anyway, this is the second set. I will leave links below to everything in the description box below for these two products. I believe this set is $39.99, I think. And I'm not sure about this, but I'll leave the pricing on the screen. I do have a discount code. Lisa15 will get you 15% your entire order, and you can use that code multiple times. It is an affiliate code. So those are the two products I have this month, and I want to show you some of the things I've been doing. I've been making these little ephemera pieces, like focal points of flowers. And I did some more. So this is done on watercolor paper, similar to what was the pad. Did these yesterday. And then I did just some, I had some scrap paper. This is just regular copy paper. And then I used the little fine liner to make a scrunchy doodle around it. So these are quite easy to make. It takes a little time because you have to let it dry a bit. But if you'd like to stick around, I will demonstrate how to make these fun flowers. I'm going to use the watercolor pad that they provided, and let me get set up. So I took one sheet out of the pad, and it's a nice cold press type of paper, 140-pound weight. And when you cut these out, similar to this weight of paper that I used right here, you're going to have a nice, substantial focal point. And you're probably wondering, like, what can I do with these focal points? You can do so many things. You can make greeting cards. You can just do little collage pages. I have one of my little junk journals I made here a long time ago. I'm still working in it. And here's a focal point I made of a bird. But you can just do whatever you want. You can start a new page and start collaging and then put this down as your focal point. So that's one thing I love to do. It's just a real nice way to relax your mind, at least for me. So even though these have water in them, I still use the water provided. The water in a bowl. So I'm just going to get my watercolors wet. I have a little spray bottle here. I'm going to get them wet to activate them. And I'm going to make some doodles. I am still practicing my doodles for flowers, and it's just really fun. So don't be your own worst critic, because, you know, a lot of times I don't think I do nice stuff, but, you know, over time you will get better. Like, I had never done a rose before, and that was my first rose. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. So just keep practicing. And this is a great set to practice with. So I'm going to do like 1 or 2 flowers on camera, and you're just going to do like imperfect blobs. Try to make it like symmetrical a little bit on either side, because I love symmetry. I think life looks better with symmetry, especially when you're gardening. Like, this is totally off topic, but you know, like people garden and they just plant the tree right in the middle of the lawn. It's like, no, don't just, why don't you put one on one side of the lawn and the other on the other side, symmetry, and then put something else in the middle. I don't know. So I'm gonna let that dry. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna let that dry, because you know why? I want to drop a darker color in there for this particular one, and this is the black. I want the wet on wet technique of the black just spreading. See, isn't that beautiful? It's like magic. Magic. That's why I love watercolor. And if you squeeze this pen, water will come out of the tip. So that's one. And let's go ahead and do another flower. I'll do a lighter one this time, and I will do a more distinct center. These are going to make really beautiful focal points. Let's do, just thinking the colors I want to do. We'll do a lighter one. We'll use the pink. I like pink. I like pink on paper. When I wear pink, like in clothing, it doesn't look that great on me. Nope. I'm more of a brown girl. Brown looks good on me. Sorry. I'm gonna make my imperfect circle. I want a little darker. Telling you, this is really easy. Anybody can do this. Done. I'm going to pick a darker color so it will spread. And I will probably do a purple. Just love that. Kind of looks like olives, right? I'm going to switch over. Where's the other brush? This one's a little bit pointier. Get some yellow. I know that I always do that. I'll go on one color and mix another. Probably it's a bad habit for me. I probably should let it dry a little bit. I'm going to pause and let it dry before I do anything else. I decided to do another flower. Let's do a different type of flower. I'm just doing circles, nothing complicated. Let that dry. You ever see the dot method? It's all the rage, like on the internet. Let me show you what it is. People take a color and they make like 5 or 6 dots of that color in a circle. And you clean the brush. I'm not very good at this. And then they kind of like use the dot to make the petals. I've added some water to it. I'm squeezing my brush just a little bit. Use the dot to spread the color out. And this one you definitely have to let dry. Because when it dries, it looks beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna let everything dry and be back in a jiffy. I am back. I am just doing a little bit more painting before I do the doodling on top of the flowers.
My search led me to the study of the spiritual forces with which all of us are blessed. And it was in this field that I came upon a clue. I want to describe my discovery in the simplest terms possible, because it will reveal to you why it is true that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
I am back. I did do a little bit more painting and everything is sufficiently dry. I could leave it just as it is, but I'm going to add a little bit of accents with the fine liner and with a white gel pen. And hopefully I don't mess it up, but you never know. Sometimes it's better to leave things as is, but let's just do a little bit of accents here. And you can do some messy accents with the fine liner. You just go kind of like messy around each petal, almost like scribbles. And I would probably just leave it just like that. Do a little bit of things in the middle. I think I'm going to also go messy with this one. I hope I don't regret it. So that's it for today, guys. I'm so happy that you joined me today, and I hope you got some inspiration to make your own flowers as focal points. I really love these bookmarks. This is a great way to practice drawing smaller things in the lines, and this way of doing it is another way of practicing just having free flow of paint, circles, trying not to worry, experimenting with colors, wet and wet technique, wet on dry technique. It was a lot of fun. I definitely am going to cut these out and use them as focal points in my junk journals and stuff like that, and on journal cards. And I really do love this set. This has so many different colors to choose from, and I love the case that it's in. I think it's really handy to take anywhere you want to go. And the journal cards, these habit tracker cards, these are a great way to practice fine line watercolors in a little confined space. And it was a little bit of a challenge, but definitely use some gel pens on there as well with it, because some of the little harder places are harder for me personally with the watercolors to make it look more realistic. But I hope I gave you some inspiration today to have some play with your paints And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me today. Take care. Bye.